Today is Monday, Parashat Bo. It's also Rosh Chodesh Shvat, the beginning of the month of Shvat. In the Mishnah, there is a argument between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel. Bet Shammai says that the beginning of the year for fruit, for trees, is Rosh Chodesh Shvat. Hillel says that it's the Tu B'Shvat, and we celebrate Tu B'Shvat, but yet this date of Rosh Chodesh Shvat is a meaningful date. It's mentioned also in the Torah as the date that Moshe Rabbeinu began giving this long discourse of 5 weeks that ended on the 7th of Adar. He began explaining the mitzvot of the Torah and reviewing the Torah for Am Yisrael. So that day is recognized, the first of Shvat is recognized as the day that Moshe Rabbeinu began the Torah Shebe'al Peh. If we receive the Torah on Shavuot, that's the Torah Shebichtav, today, Rosh Chodesh Shvat, is recognized as somehow the day of Matan Torah Shebe'al Peh. And therefore, there is extra aura in this date that emanates from the date of Moshe Rabbeinu when he started saying the book of Devarim. That is a special day to dedicate to Torah Shebe'al Peh, to learning Gemara, to learning Mishnah, to learning Divrei Torah, and because this is the beginning of the year, so to speak, for Torah Shebe'al Peh. Every month of the year is associated with one of the tribes. There are 12 tribes, and there are 12 months of the year. The month of Shvat is associated with the tribe of Asher. When we start Nisan as the first month of the year, the 11th month, which is the Chodesh Shvat, is when the 11th tribe to travel in the desert was Asher. Asher had in his portion in the land of Israel, it was many olive trees. And therefore, his portion is associated with an abundance of oil. But also, if we speak already about the month of Shvat, it's associated with the mazal of Deli. Deli is a bucket, which is like a kind of referring to the equivalent of Aquarius that has to do with water. So we have both water and oil associated with this month. Water referring to the Torah is referred to as water. And picking up water with a bucket is like getting to draw the inspiration and the learning of the Torah, which is likened to water. But also oil has to do with wisdom. And when we light the menorah, it has to do with chokhmah, with a certain aspect of wisdom. So definitely this month of Shvat and Rosh Chodesh Shvat has all these connotations associated with it. The Torah Shebe'al Peh, the water that represents the Torah, and the oil that has to do with wisdom. And therefore, may we merit many chidushim in Torah, may we merit also to really connect with the Torah. The Torah Shebe'al Peh is something that takes, of course, effort to learn and to delve into it. And of course, it's something that has to do all year round, but today we highlight this aspect of it. One idea from the parasha of this week, there is an interesting dialogue between Moshe and Paro. So let's remember that Moshe is asking Paro to let his people go so they can go and serve Hashem and have a day of festival in the desert. And through that discussion, Paro tells Moshe Rabbeinu, Lechuna Gevarim, you go, the older people, the men, the adults. That's what you want to do. And Moshe Rabbeinu has a different idea. ויאמר משה, בנערינו ובזקנינו נלך בבנינו ובבנותינו. We will go not only with our elders, but rather with the young ones, נערינו, and our elders. בבנינו ובבנותינו, with our sons and our daughters. And most importantly, this concept of serving Hashem in the desert, which will have to do with whether it is celebrating our connection with Hashem, but learning Torah is the best way to connect with Hashem. is not just for the elders or for the adults. Most importantly, as Moshe puts it out, first the young ones, and then the elders, our sons and our daughters. And not like Paro says, Lechuna Gevarim, you go the older people, Ve'ivdu et Hashem, ki ota atem mevakshim. And with this idea of the most important aspect of Torah education for our children, especially on a day such as today, as Rosh Chodesh, Shvat, something to always keep in mind as a most important aspect of what it means to be Jewish and to have a Jewish community, Jewish education, Torah Shebe'al Peh, Torah education, and most importantly, our children. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.